Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm an addict named Derek, and I'm back on Addiction and Recovery Talk. I've been gone a couple of months, and it's crazy because I basically, I'm busy with a whole bunch of other things and didn't really worry about it. And God seems to work things out. I'm here with my buddy Michael, and we know each other from the gym. He's a personal trainer at the gym that I go to. And he saw a little snippet of it on TikTok, I believe, and he asked me about it, and I said I stopped doing it because I couldn't keep a co-host. So it's not, I don't know, it's not fun to do it by myself. So he said, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "You want to do it?" And he was like, "Yeah." So, and we had talked about recovery before, so we both knew each other was in recovery. I forgot how it came up, but and we know each other. He told me his story, I told him mine, and so here we are, Addiction and Recovery Talk, episode 17. So this is the introduction of my man. So Michael, could you tell the people about yourself and how you feel about things?
Of course I can. Of course I can. So Michael Stewart, from Marlton, New Jersey. I'm founder of Recovery Roundtable, which is actually the first after treatment program for men in the area. So check us out. I'm 40 years old. You can do anything you want. Just remember that. I was a junkie at 37. At 2021, 4th of July, I was on my third overdose within probably a month. And then I decided to get clean. I just went to the hospital, detoxed, and 4th of July 2023, I had my debut kickboxing fight at age 38.
Wow.
When most people are retiring from this stuff. So,
Right.
never ever give up on yourself. I've had so many people, not nearly as broken, tell me, "Oh, I'm too broken to do this," and I want to say, are you homeless? No. Are you doing dope? No. Methadone, Xanax? No. Have you OD'd 3 times in the last month? No. Well, that's where I came from. So if you're not there, you can make it. And even if you're below there, you can make it, because there was other shit piled on top of that. That wasn't amazing.
Right.
So that's one thing that you have to remember, is that you can fight, and you don't have to be anything forever. I know I'm gonna go against Derek here right now. I'm gonna go against the recovery everybody. I don't call myself in recovery. I don't say I'm still an addict. Yes, I have an addictive issue. I have addictive issues if I start doing drugs. Do I put anything over my head that I feel like can take power away from me? No. So what I was in the past is not what I have to be today. And you have to remember that. You can shed your old skin and become anew. Regardless of where you're coming from. And even if you're not on drugs or as depressed or as hurt or as broken as some of us were, it's going to be even easier. It's always tough. It's never easy to make a change. I don't care who you are. You could have the best life in the world, and if you want to change who you are, and if you don't feel like what you're doing is right in your heart, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be uncomfortable. So you have to grow through that. You gotta find a lesson.
Check this out. Can you just tell? I like, I want to know from the beginning, like when did you start using drugs? Like, how was it?
I want to hear the backstory.
I want to know. Here we are. We plan on doing this every week, right?
So I started.
So let's start from the beginning. I want to know you. I want the viewers, the people who are tuned in, to know where you came from, because the bottom line is, like the identification of it all, like how did it start?
And that's the thing, there's always backstory. Actually, right in this neighborhood, I grew up in the apartments right up the street.
Okay.
My grandmother lived right around the block. My uncle and aunt actually live right next door still.
Wow.
So at about 8 years old, I moved into this house. always didn't like myself, even from a young age. I can never remember being happy with who I was. I was never really comfortable in my skin, and I got into high school as sports star, athlete, played every sport.
Which one? Which
Football,
one?
baseball, wrestling.
Which one was
I
your
played
like
hip
your main sport that you
hop. Football. I ran a 4.5 40 my freshman year.
was your receiver?
I
Or?
was a starting running back, and
Oh man,
Yeah.
you was running the rock.
yeah, and then after that, I just gave up, and basically, you know, the football coaches were coming to my house, like trying to talk to my father to get me to go back to playing and stuff like that. I just gave up on my life. I gave up on myself at that time. So yes, I was a star athlete. I was very smart, but I never tried in school. I would purposely get C's and D's, just enough to pass.
Yep.
On purpose, literally, I would calculate things out and do just enough. That's how smart I was. So then I just decided I want to start doing, I don't know what snapped in me, but I started smoking weed, and I was so into like the hip. I know it's so silly, but like, yeah, white boy from the suburbs, but I was so into like the hip hop culture that I wanted to be that, and God forbid I wasn't going to be that fake ass dude that they called the wigger. So I had to really be. So I really went out and committed crimes and did drugs and sold the drugs. And then when I went to juvenile detention for the first time, that was pretty much like the solidification. That was like
made it.
That was
made
it,
your
man.
bones.
I'm in. Now I'm.
This is
now it's
amazing.
it.
What
Now
we
this
think is cool.
Yeah, now this is my life. Now I can go in and out of the county jail and think it's normal.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Cool. Real cool.
Yeah.
So I threw all my ability away, all my smarts, all my good looks, all my personality, all my popularity, all my reputation, all my potential.
For what?
Yeah, because I thought it was cool to have a couple extra dollars in my pocket and a bunch of fake ass friends, a bunch of drug addicts that wanted to just hang around me for fun. As soon as all that left, it was gone real quick. They didn't even write me in jail.
No,
No.
they never do.
Even if I wrote them, they wouldn't write back.
No, because you ain't got nothing to give them now.
So
That's how it works.
dang, I started selling drugs, doing drugs back then, just mainly pot, like ecstasy, shrooms, and stuff like that. Then started selling coke as I got into my early 20s, because that's where the money was at, and I started using that like for heavy. Like I was drinking and blowing for days on end until my nose was bleeding. Then I was blowing blood out of my nose and trying to clear it out just to do another one. But I wouldn't smoke it. Never smoked.
Well, you got standards.
Yeah, I always did. I always did. You should wait till you hear my dope fiend standards. When I was a pillhead, I wasn't a junkie, but just a pillhead. And then when I started doing dope, I just sniff. I don't shoot. Only junkies shoot.
I know. I felt the same way. I smoke crack, but I don't shoot it. You know what I mean? So I'm not as bad as them.
I don't speed, Paul.
I don't do heroin. That's a real junkie.
So yes, then it was the coke heavy, selling it, using it, bang bang, years of that. Blew out my septum. Still have nothing there. Then countless times in jail. Honestly, I can't even remember. It's pretty sad and pathetic to say. It's not funny at all. I can't remember how many times I've been to the county.
Right.
Then I...
Camden County?
And Burlington.
Okay.
Then I decided to start with pills. When all them got big, I started selling them to make money. Obviously, there was tons of money in them. And then it's okay to do it every once in a while. Then, of course, that turns into every day because I'm a functioning drug addict. And then it turned into daily. Bang. Then I actually quit the coke and the drinking right before that. Like as I was doing that, right before I was doing the pills, I was like, I knew I needed to stop doing coke, and I was strong enough to do that at the time. But right after that, I moved right into it. So it was really not even a quit. It was more of a transition, but it was a slower transition. It wasn't like there may have been a short period of time cleaning it.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's something again I can't remember, which is fucking sad and disgusting. Now, very disgusting. I probably would have laughed about it at the time when I pathetic.
Mhm.
You know, when I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then the pills got bad, and yeah, of course, I was, bouncing around from hotel to hotel selling pills. I was always a drug dealer. I always had to support my habit, because I always had too big of a habit that a job wouldn't provide for.
Yeah. It's never enough.
Yeah,
Right.
I always had to sell drugs. So then I was bouncing around from hotel to hotel because I was selling so much I couldn't live here because I had already gotten this house raided. So the police, anytime
Were
I
your
moved,
parents was here?
yeah, anytime,
God.
well, yeah, anytime I came back to the house, the cops knew. I mean, there were times when I had warrants for my arrest for years, and they would wait till my family had parties. They would have barbecues on Memorial Day, and the cops would park down the street and come walking up the street and walk into the backyard trying to find me. And one time I actually did show up, and they drove right past me down the street. As I was coming here, they were leaving.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah.
Chaos.
Very much. I mean, there was a whole bunch of tornadoes mixed in there, obviously, a bunch of crazy little stories all thrown into that.
Yeah.
Of course, a bunch of mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it came to a head finally in 2021 when I was ODing nonstop. I just started ODing left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either, give it up or you're done. And I kind of ran out of money. So I said, all right, I'll try this thing. They offered me at the hospital. They said, Mr. Stewart, I've met you before, but you were unconscious every time, so you don't know me.
Wow.
We're willing to help you if you're willing to help yourself, or you can use us like a revolving door.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose to help, and I never looked back. I got out of that hospital, and I began with purpose, which is what you need to do. Because, right, your addiction is a big pattern, bad pattern, and you need to replace that bad habit with a new habit.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find purpose. And I got out of that detox, and that's not even a detox, the hospital, and I began moving forward and never looked back.
Mm.
And that's been one of the things that's been good for me. And I know that, I feel like a lot of people's issues is a lot of people fall back because of their mindset. They don't build that mental castle.
Mm.
And a lot of people look at themselves negatively forever.
Right.
Instead of changing and believing in who they turn themselves into.
Yeah.
Because they're maybe not truly living it or whatnot. And that's, that's what I try to help people do these days, is really build out their life to be who they want to be.
Now this thing you were talking about, what is that all about? Like the recovery thing?
Recovery Roundtable, first after treatment plan. So obviously once you get out of treatment, it's like you go to jail, you're locked up, you get detoxed or whatever, you go and then they put you on more non-narcotic pills. They poke and prod you everywhere. They push you everywhere, do this, do
You
that.
say, because I want some clarification.
Right, I'm going.
What is,
I'm going
what is,
now.
okay, sorry.
Going.
Uh-huh.
So they push you into everything.
Only thing I wanted the clarification on was the non-narcotic pills. What does that mean?
Well, they put you on non-narcotic drugs usually in detox
For
or
what?
rehabs. They always do. They put you on tramadol for sleeping. They usually put you on like Clonidine for anxiety, and then there's another one that.
Why they do that?
Too.
What's the purpose?
Oh, everybody still needs drugs. Drug addicts always still need drugs. Everybody.
I
goes
thought the
to detox
purpose was to
big.
get off drugs.
Everybody goes to detox. Yeah, it is.
So why do you need all that stuff?
Because patient care is a customer loss in the medical industry. They don't want you clean.
Okay.
They want you on.
The only reason I
they
say
want
that
you half
because
sick.
I didn't.
They put
I didn't
everybody.
do stuff like that.
The mixture now is they give you 3 pills. I can't remember the third one. Gabapentin. They give you gabapentin, clonidine, and trazodone to sleep. I guarantee whoever watches this, if you've been to a rehab or a detox, you know that cocktail. Comment below if you do.
How does that make you feel? Does it help?
I don't. Yeah, a little. I guess it takes the edge off. But yeah, they prescribed me to it. But when I stopped taking it, I felt no different. I didn't detox off my tramadol and my shit. I was like, this is crap. I put it down. You don't need it. It's not real.
Okay.
It's just another drug.
Yeah,
They call it non-narcotic, but what does that even mean? It's a chemical that's a mind-altering chemical. What does that mean?
Is that specifically for like opiates or something?
It's a not a. They claim it's not addictive.
I mean,
Yeah,
do you have to be like
usually
my
that's an
day?
opiate
You were either a
detox, yeah.
crackhead
Usually
or a
that's-
heroin addict or both. So that is that mixture. Is it for opiate users?
Usually, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they get the anxiety. And all
Okay.
that shit. Yes, and then you're pushed out and you don't know what to do. They're saying go to a doctor here and this and that, and
Right.
that's where Recovery Roundtable comes in, and we help you navigate life.
Okay.
It's life training, which is a completely new concept.
Mm.
We're going to be building out a certification around it too. So keep an eye out for people to become life trainers. Okay. It involves just living your life to be the best version of you. Okay. We're going to help you build out your schedule in full to keep your day busy, and it's all going to be positive. It's going to be things that are good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have goals in life, things you want to do, but you have time to 2 hours a day to sit down and watch TV, then you can't tell me that you really tried. You can't really tell yourself you really tried. So if you really want to try,
No time for TV?
yeah, come to the round table. You can really try it. Okay, we're gonna, you're gonna work. You're gonna learn some fitness. You're gonna learn breathing techniques. You're gonna learn meditation. You're gonna learn to contact the higher self, the higher spiritual self, as you build the mind, the body, and the soul all together.
Okay.
And you're going to become, and as you build the person that you want to be, as we build around that, you're going to stay busy working, stay busy with fitness. We're going to help you build out a little side hustle so you can truly be free. All right, that way you don't have to be stuck forever under somebody else's thumb. You're going to really build who you want to be, because you can do that. And this is the time to do it. You messed up for a little while. You wasted a ton of time. So now it's time to get down to business and work on you and work on self-improvement. That's what we do, self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you learn to be the best you can be. Everything's personalized, everything's a little different for everybody. There's martial arts, there's therapy involved, there's peer recovery specialists on hand.
Can I ask you a question?
So yes.
Do you guys believe in or talk about 12-step programs?
Okay, I personally am not a 12-stepper. Am I against 12-stepping? No.
Mhm.
Do I have any issue involving 12-stepping? No.
You just don't do it.
I personally, it's not part of my life. When I relive the past, it's not very healthy for me. I
Okay.
was very into, like I said, moving forward and building who I am today. And leaving the past behind me. And learning from it, but not reliving it.
Okay.
So, but do I agree that some people find solace in that? And is it a good thing for a lot of people? Of course.
I'm in 12-step.
I
Still
know that.
29
We've
years.
talked about that before. I know.
Yeah.
I've seen it work magic for people. It just,
So maybe it's good that we both
yeah.
we both went through stuff and we do it a different way.
I mean, that's the amazing thing, and that's the problem with the medical industry now, is they're not allowing anything different
Right.
unless it's medication.
Well, that's an agenda,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it seems pretty obvious why. It's money involved that they stand to make.
They keep you sick.
That's how I look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on drugs, the main thing is to get off drugs.
These drugs, even that they put you on,
Mhm.
like Suboxone and Methadone, they should be a 30-day protocol at most.
Oh man,
30 days
Dude,
at most, on and off.
I've known people who've been on those maintenance drugs for years.
Yeah, it
I
ruins
know.
them.
I know methadone. I've talked to people that it does something to their bones and stuff like that after years of use. Suboxone, I really don't know much about. I mean, I just know people who've done on methadone because that was like the maintenance drug
Yeah.
in my era,
Mm-hmm.
and then Suboxone kind of came in,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. It seems like it's just a game.
Well, there's no money in methadone, apparently.
No more?
I've heard from a doctor. That's why doctors don't prescribe it. You have to go to the clinic.
Yeah.
money.
Okay. Oh, that's something I never knew.
So they have to.
I knew they went to the clinic. I didn't know. I
With
didn't. So you can get Suboxone through a doctor. So you can't go to the clinic and get Suboxone.
Very rare clinics do Suboxone, but they have here. I've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them pop up and do Suboxone in New Jersey. They'll do Suboxone for a short time and then stop.
So how come you could be on methadone forever? Like what's the why is that one?
Because the government controls it.
So they're making money on both of them basically with both of
and
them.
if you look, most Suboxone doctors won't accept insurance.
They want money.
Cash only.
Isn't that how methadone goes too?
No, methadone accepts insurance.
Okay.
But most people, because that's where the state insurance people who can't afford Suboxone doctors go. And then they line up like cattle around the block. Go to the Camden Clinic; they'll be lined up.
Right.
It's sad, man. It's horrible.
Yeah,
I was on methadone.
I used
I'm
to
detoxing.
I used to take somebody.
I'm detoxing from methadone.
Are you?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
How many years you been on?
It kept me on it. I've been off dope since 2021.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah,
understand why they keep people on that so long.
This is why I'm such an advocate against it.
Okay.
Because I know I live it. I know
So
how
you
horrible it
got
is.
personal experience.
Yes.
Wow.
I am fighting it.
Wow.
But it also, don't let that stuff keep you back and say, oh, I'm on methadone, I can't do this because it's bogus. I run miles a day. I fight MMA with guys half my age, all right, that have been doing it twice as long. All right, so
That's wild.
yeah, and I train people all day, so I'm working my ass off. So don't ever listen to nothing that they put out. You can do it, man. You can do anything.
That's crazy.
This thing is so strong.
Why does it take so long to detox off of something? That makes no sense.
The methadone is terrible. It stores in your tissue.
That's what I heard.
Oh, it's torture.
Yeah. Wow. You have
The cold turkey
You have
on
an end
it?
date, like to get off? You're gonna-
No, I just call them, and every time I feel like I want to go down, which is about every month lately, because I'm trying to really get off it quickly.
Okay.
I don't want to be on it. I've made the decision, like, okay, this sucks. Like, I've really, really had enough.
So like you have to go get it?
Yeah, I have to go every 2 weeks and grab 2 weeks worth
No,
of
you
bottles.
got take homes.
Yeah, of course.
No, everybody don't have that.
Yeah, well, that's because they're using.
Oh wow.
They're failing their drug tests.
Right.
If they pass their drug test,
Oh
they'll get
my
take home.
God.
Unless they go to the Camden Clinic. Because Camden, New Jersey, the clinic in Camden, New Jersey won't give you take homes, or they will lie and say you failed a drug test.
Because they don't want you to.
I've seen them do it to people, and then I never believed it. Oh, you're using, you're a liar. Mike, I've been clean for years. Okay, and then they did it to me. That's when I lied.
That's a touchy subject.
They're scumbags.
And
And they've already had the feds kick in their door a few years back, 5-6 years ago.
right. That's a touchy subject in the fellowship that I go to, because some people feel like if you're on that, you're not clean, and they will make people feel bad that they're on it.
And
But-
that's just
But
horrible.
but a lot of us who, like for me, I look at a person like, I'm glad you're here. You're hearing the message. Your life's turned around, and I don't have no opinion on something that I know nothing about. Like it's not my story. It's not my
Sucks.
experience.
I'll tell you what, I probably look at it as one of the biggest mistakes I made.
Because I never
Outside of
did
doing dope.
I never did opiates.
Outside of doing dope, it was probably one of the biggest mistakes.
Yes, I never did opiates. So me and my one buddy had a joke. It says all crackheads need is a hoagie and a nap. That's our detox. Because that's more of a mental thing. It's not It's not so much as a physical.
Yeah,
You
remember, I was a
you
big coke addict.
You can. I mean, you can run out of coke, crack, whatever you want to call it, and calm down eventually,
Yeah,
and then you can just.
go about your day.
You really can.
Yeah.
You might have to, get it together, take a shower, eat, and chill out for a while. But the next day, you're not like jonesing. Mentally,
sleep,
you might.
you're good.
Mentally, you might
Yeah.
be thinking hard about it, but you don't have to.
You won't
You won't
get
get
ill.
sick
Yes.
if you don't have it. So I was always scared of heroin.
And
for
that
some
illness
reason.
is something like no other, man.
I was always afraid of heroin.
You should have been.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Healthy
was.
fear.
I don't know why I was afraid of heroin. I think the name of it sounds terrible.
Everything about it's nasty, man.
It sounds like,
And you know what's
oh my God.
terrible? Heroin got big in the 70s
Yes.
when we were in Vietnam.
Yes.
And again, when we went to Afghanistan, both places that grow it.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can look up into our CIA, and there's a ton of stories where our military guys are talking about they had to guard the poppy fields.
Right.
And now we give a minimum of, what is it, $43 million a week to the Taliban? $43 to $87 million per week to the Taliban.
We do?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't looked that deep into it yet, but I'll do a little more research on it.
Wow.
Let's look into
This
it.
is getting
So you
deep,
guys
bro.
can find it.
This is getting deep. But I have a passion for staying clean, helping people stay clean. You know, I do it one way, but in a way we have similar ways, which is what brought us together, because we both love physical fitness and the challenge of that. And I believe this is just, it might be controversial for me to say, but I'm gonna say it. I believe, because I've seen it, this is what happens a lot. You get clean, right? You get clean, you're happy to be clean, and then you go into the meetings, and then everybody accepts you and brings you in, and they invite you to the diner. So then you start eating a lot of food, right? Then you start getting fat, and then a lot of people smoke cigarettes, and then you get hooked on coffee. So you put down the drugs, right? So now you're hooked on cigarettes. Not saying everybody, but I just seen it with a lot of people. They get hooked on all three, or 2 out of the 3, or 1 of the 3. So I know for me, I gained a lot of weight. I mean, I lifted and got big too. It wasn't like I just got fat, but I was definitely not really healthy, because I was like 270. I was like benching a lot, but I wasn't into like physical fitness like I am now. I thought I was young. I was 28 when I got clean, so being big and strong was like the thing back then. Like, how much can you bench?
There's a difference between not being fat and actually being in shape.
I was not really in
Yeah.
shape. I could lift a lot, but I wasn't in shape.
Right.
I didn't find that out until as I got older, and then the strength starts going, because you get older, you don't have the strength. You lose your testosterone. You don't have. So then I started transitioning and started doing cardio. Then I got into better like cardiovascular shape. Then all the stuff that I do now, I picked up little by little over the years, and I'll be 58 on the 25th, which is like 9 days from now. Dude, I'm in the best shape of my life.
40.
Because kept an open mind. I do the ice baths for recovery and all that. I do sauna. That helps. I do 60 minutes at minimum a week in the sauna. I do hot yoga, which helps me stretching and flexibility. I'm always going to lift weights. But I lift weights like 3 to 4 times a week. I do cardio every day. So now I've educated myself on how to be like in better shape to like you said at the beginning, become the best me I can be. And so like, you know, like there's pros and cons and everything. Like I said, everybody got clean, got hooked on cigarettes and coffee and food, and I think a lot of people are like getting fat and out of shape, like they're clean, but you traded in one thing for another. But like, I think one of the things, you might have a little bit different approaches, because I go to a 12-step program and you do, but at the end of the day, it's the same message. Overall health, like filling your day, working on your mind, because I do things, prayer, like yoga is open eye meditation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go to church. I give back to this church. So it's like, we have a saying in the meetings, you keep what you have by giving it away. So like, being in service, what you're doing is being in service. You're trying to help other people because you like what you see in your life and you want to share with other people. So like, that kind of helps you stay focused too, because there's always somebody looking to you for something, whether it's training, whether it's your ear, whether they call you because they want to talk.
I also strongly, real cut you off, I believe God is the creator of this world. I don't care what religion you call yourself. I don't prescribe to a religion. The creator of this universe. I'm very very much an advocate for.
Me
And
too. Me
and
too.
I believe I need to be a force for good
Yes.
in order to do that. And that is also, there's a multitude of reasons why I do what I do, but I really feel strongly that I've been kept here for a reason.
There is a
after
reason.
Dying 3 times.
Because how many people die every day? And we're still
They've
alive.
done way less.
And
Yes.
and dude, I've got some stories where the story could have ended on a few occasions with me being dead.
I just feel like if I turn away from my mission, it may be my time.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
And I got things to do.
We're blessed to be here.
I've got people to take care of, and I've got some things I need to take care of before it's.
Well, here's the thing. This is the first episode, me and him, we just did it. I didn't really discuss, we didn't have like, the only thing we discussed is, I told him I was gonna ask him to tell his story so that, you know, you guys heard my story and you'll be hearing it more because as we talk, we're gonna be, you know, probably flashing back. It depends on how it goes. But I didn't know he didn't do a 12-step program, which I'm not a judgmental person. So, you know, it doesn't have to be my way, I feel, for something to be successful.
As I agree.
And so maybe it's good that he does it a little different because everybody has different, you know what I mean? It's like some people like AA, some people like NA, some people get clean by going to church and getting deep dug into that. I do a little bit of everything. I go to church, I'm involved with the church, I go to meetings. Because that's how I started, and I don't want to give that up. Only thing I'm going to do is add on. But anything I add on is going to be positive, and it's going to be something that's going to help me. It's going to be spiritual. So, like, this is our first episode together, and I think it went well. And I think me and him are dedicated. So we're planning on doing this every Sunday around 2:30. Because at 4 o'clock, I'm going to hot yoga.
I really feel like if, we combine forces with both of our different ways, man. I really think we could come up with something amazing.
Tell them
We
more
have some
real quick
beautiful
about
things
your
to do
thing
that.
and how they can get in touch with that if they need that service, if they know
If you're
somebody who
looking
needs
up,
it.
We are actually in the process of building out our website and all that good stuff. We're very new. Like I said, it's a pioneering program. It's the first of its kind. It's the only one out there. Recovery Roundtable. You can reach me at Mike's Recovery Roundtable on TikTok. You can reach me at Michael Stewart's _Life Wellness at IG, or Mike Stewart on Facebook. Stewart is Stewart. So, more so, try to hit me on IG, Michael Stewart's Life Wellness. Let's just stick with that. Yeah, reach out, hit me up. We will get you set up. We'll talk. You'll tell me about your story. We also have connections into rehabs, okay? I have a few spots open at the first of every month. It's out of state, okay? I'll go over the details with you when you get it. You do not need finances. I have people down there that will hook you up with everything you need for finances to get yourself into detox, rehab, and a sober living house. And then once you get out into that, then you can begin the Recovery Roundtable programs to get your life completely back in order. We can take you from the street all the way to the sky. It's beautiful. And then if you're not that deep into it, get with us and we'll build out your day and help you build out your life to become the person you dream about being. Let's do it.
I also know a lot of people that can help you too. So, all right, man. It's the first episode 17, but it's our first episode. So stay tuned and we'll be back next week. Peace out.